We live, we back, man. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. We are the leaders in single entry 3 max and 20 max content, man. So pull up a chair, get comfortable, man. Even if that's not your style of play, man. Like I always say, this is one of the best spots you can be in. The content videos on point each and every time out. You want to be subscribed. You want to have that notification bell on so you know when said videos drop, alright? Also, do me one small favor, guys. Let's get over there and hit that like button, man. The likes have been falling off the last couple videos. We was up to like the 90, 80K mark. 90, 80 mark. But now we back down in the 60, 65. Let's go on and get these likes up for you, boy, man. It's greatly appreciated. And like I always tell you, man, it's a small gesture of kindness that's get some good karma, good energy headed your way. So who doesn't want that, man? Go on and hit that like button for you, boy. Thank you so much. This is my starting 5 series. If you're new here, where I bring you 5 plays that's more than likely going to be in my player pool. And y'all know, I always say more than likely, just because if this is NBA DFS, man, there's always news to be had and taken advantage of. You get midday scratches, afternoon scratches, before lock scratches, after lock scratches. You have to be locked in, man, so you can always be able to adjust and get the best possible lineup given the news at the present moment. Alright, so with that being said, let's just get right into it. This is my lineup review. First up and foremost, going over my best lineups from yesterday's slate, what we did right, what we did wrong, just showing you the proof is in the pudding. Alright, so let's talk about it. Yesterday, man, DK FanDuel, it was a wild slate and a rough one for your boy. Story of my night, man, was fading Luka, really. As you can see, this is my best lineup pulled up. One of the 1 or 2 lineups I did have with Luka ended up being my high scoring, and that's going to happen when you fade the guy who's the highest scorer on the slate. I was on the Luka fade train last night just because he had been playing so many minutes the past couple of games, and he was coming into a tough matchup against the Orlando Magic. They're a very long, lengthy team playing solid defense. I thought they could bother him a little bit. Like, I didn't think they would shut Luka down, but I didn't think he was going to go for 80 plus in this matchup. I had him at like 60, maybe 65 points due to the pace of the game and the good defense from the Orlando Magic. Did not work out in my favor. He still went out there and got it done. 84 fantasy points for Luka. So I only had like 10% Luka. I only had like 1 or 2 Luka lineups, and this one was the highest scoring. So it's going to kind of be like that, especially on the slate last night with all the value that lets you get those studs in. When you fade the highest scoring guy, man, I had a Jokic lineup too, though. I didn't fade Luka and not pay up, though. I faded Luka and got some Giannis, got some Joker, but just my combination of plays didn't really have it together. So that was the story of my night. This is my best lineup over here on DK 316. It was a losing night on both sides, man. The rare all-around losing night. But at the top, man, Gilliard here, 15%. Only gave you 15 fantasy points at 3,600. The Grizzlies had all the value and the Knicks had all the value, man. You were just going to have 2 or 3 of those guys from either game in your lineups. Most of the Grizzlies because they were the cheaper ones, so I had a lot of them as well. Got to my favorite ones was Gigi Aldama and Scottie Pippen. Gigi was a kind of a letdown at 4,200, but Aldama and Pippen was solid, as you can see. But that was the bulk of my lineups there, man. The core plays, so to speak, like everybody's. But Gilliard was okay. Mikal Bridges here going against the Utah Jazz. They handled them easily right here. But 47 points from Bridges, had a nice game. Got to Josh Hart at 5,400. I told you yesterday, man, he's live for a double-double. Finished just 2 points shy, man. Should have gave us another bucket here and gave us a much bigger performance. G.G. Jackson was just okay. Middle in performance here. 25 fantasy points at 4,200. Aldama was solid for us at 21%. 33 fantasy points from him. Scottie Pippen Jr. came in at 51% on my favorite Grizzlies value. I done played him the last couple of games here, but 30 fantasy points for him, almost 10xing at this 3,500 price tag. At the power forward, Victor Wembanyama, I had maybe I had too much Wembanyama here, man. Heavy on the Wembanyama. I had a lot of Jalen Brunson. Like I said, I just went away from Luka, and I had more of those type bills. The Brunson, Wembanyama, and then I get like Giannis or Joker, and I went with those type bills. Wemby was just okay, man. I thought he was going to absolutely destroy these Wizards. He was solid, though, 49 fantasy points, but needed a bigger output from him. Luka Doncic, there's nothing else to say, man. 84 fantasy points. It's just Luka, man. He is just on a tear. He just continue to do it. But guess who's going to be looking to fade him next time out? Because the price is going to continue to go up, and people are going to keep trying to go there. Unless it's just like a super gravy matchup against the Wizards or the Hornets or something, I'm going to be looking to fade Luka next time, too. That's just the risk you take, and that's the chances you have to take playing DFS, all right? Looking at my FanDuel lineup, same thing, man. Brunson over here, another Luka fade over here. Got to a lot of Brunson. He was solid, man, but they had a healthy. Don't let the final score fool you. They had a healthy lead on these Hornets, so he kind of kicked back a little bit to put it on cruise control. He didn't really need to go that hard as they handled the Hornets pretty easily here. 48 fantasy points from him. Gilliard once again over here, 16 fantasy points. Josh Hart, solid for me, 32 fantasy points on the FanDuel side. Cam Thomas had a lot of him yesterday too. He was solid, 37 fantasy points at 41% on. Got to some Miles Bridges. Wanted to touch a couple of pieces of this Hornets game, especially having so many Knicks in my lineup. When I had 2 and 3 Knicks, sometimes 4 Knicks in the lineup, I definitely wanted to tap back in and get some of those Hornet guys just in case they kept it close. Bridges was solid, man. Almost a 50 burger from him in this spot. Got to David Roddy, 68% on. He gave 23 fantasy points. Precious Achiuwa let me down a little bit. I thought he'd have a little better game once he got moved into that starting lineup, especially against these Hornets, but a little bit of a fail here for him, only 18 fantasy points. Then GG and Wembanyama rounding it out, man. I already said Wemby was a bit of a letdown for me in this spot. But that was yesterday's slate. Put the losing days behind us. Let's get on to better, brighter winning days. Nice 5-game slate today on DK and FanDuel. As you can see, I already got the starting 5 pulled up for you, man. At the top, point guard, going right back to the well. Jalen Brunson, 9,300. Should be the man. You know they're going to be without Randall for a few weeks. Great matchup here against the Jazz. And the Jazz have been playing better. So I expect them to be in this game a little more than the Hornets was. So Brunson should have to go to full bore here. It is the second night of a back-to-back. But Brunson's a pretty, I'm not really worried about that with Brunson. Like I tell you all the time, the back-to-backs I really worry about the older guys. Or if it's like 3 games in 5 nights, 4 nights or something like that, and one of them's a back-to-back. That's when I kind of look at it a little more. But Brunson, the younger players, man, they should be fine. I'm not really worried about Brunson on the second night of back-to-back. The Knicks are going to need him to carry them to victory. Sign me up for all the Jalen Brunson once again. At the shooting guard, give me Dante DiVincenzo. It's going to be another night, guys. You're going to have like 2 or 3 Knicks in your lineup. Some people may even go 4. Just this depends on how the news goes. If OG Anunoby is ruled out, you can see guys going 4 Knicks again. But you definitely going to have 2 or 3, especially in this 5-game slate, or at least you should. At least I think you should, in my opinion. I like their price. I like their matchup. I'm going right back to DiVincenzo here at 5,700. All of them are going to have to fill in the gaps for Randall, man. These DiVincenzo, Hart, OG if he plays. They're going to have to fill in the gaps and the points that Randall is leaving behind by not being in the lineup. Give me Dante DiVincenzo at 5,700. At small forward, I want to look at Lauri Markkanen. Similar to I just said, if I'm going to have all these Knicks in my lineup, you know the Jazz have been playing a little better, more competitive. I want to come back on the other side just in case we get a nice shootout back and forth game here. I tell you all the time, Lauri Markkanen is the only Jazz player I'm confident in his minutes in. Give me some Lauri Markkanen right here going against these Knicks at 8,100. At the power forward spot, staying with Josh Hart, gang, 5,500. I'm going to have 2 or 3 Knicks in my lineup. These are my favorite 3 right here, Brunson, DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart. Just sign me up for him. Hart, once again, live for a double-double, man. That's what he does. He's a good rebounding wing. We just need to find a few more points so we can get that double-double bonus from him, but I like going right back to the well at 5,500. And then at the center, man, want to look at Paul Reed. This is obviously dependent on injury news. A lot of questions questionable tags today. Maxey, Embiid, DeJounte Murray, quickly, Halliburton. This slate could change tremendously. But if Embiid is still out, man, sign me up for Paul Reed here at 5,700. Expect him to get the start. He didn't get that many minutes last time because it just turned into a blowout. But I think he's the preferred big when Embiid is out. So if Embiid is out, just sign me up for Paul Reed in this matchup against the Golden State Warriors, all right? There you have it, man. Your starting five for DraftKings: Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Lauri Markkanen, Josh Hart, and Paul Reed. Get you some exposure to these guys. They definitely going to be in my player pool. All right, let's go look at FanDuel and see what I'm feeling over there. FanDuel at the top, man. Going to look very similar. You still going to have 2 to 3 Knicks in every lineup, but I'm going with Trae Young here at 10-2, going against these Los Angeles Lakers, man. Point guards have been giving the Lakers fits. Probably got to do with that D'Angelo Russell defense up there. Although he has been playing better, I don't want to talk bad about him. But give me Trae Young here in this spot. Like him regardless. Especially going to love him if DeJounte Murray is out. More of the workload falls on his shoulder. More ball handling responsibility. Give me Trae Young at 10-2, man. I expect him to show up here in this matchup against the Lakers. I like getting to him in this spot. Well, I think this is the highest game total on the slate. Yeah, 246, I believe. 245, so definitely want to get a piece of that and definitely want to get to some Trae Young from the Atlanta side. At the shooting guard, I don't got to go back into it. Dante DiVincenzo, man, they didn't raise their prices that much. Go right back to the well, 6,100. I'm perfectly fine with it. He's probably the number 2 scoring option behind Jalen Brunson. In this current starting lineup that they ran out yesterday was Brunson, DiVincenzo, Hart, Achua, and Hartenstein, even though he's playing limited minutes. With that starting lineup, DiVincenzo and Brunson are like the only 2 that can really create their own shot. So Brunson's number 1 scoring option. DiVincenzo going to be number 2, man. Sign me right back up for him at 6,100. At the small forward, give me his running mate, Josh Hart. 6K, like I said, the peripheral should be there with Josh Hart. You just hope he can bring some scoring, man. If he can get you 15, 16 real life points, he can have a good game here for you, man, because he should be 10 to 12 rebounds, maybe an assist or 2, a steal, a block. He can fill up the stat sheet for you. We just need to find some scoring here, but like going back to Josh Hart in this matchup against the Jazz. At the power forward, want to look at Tobias Harris now. If Maxey's questionable and Embiid is questionable, if both of those guys are out, this is going to be the Tobias Harris show. It'll be a similar situation. Him and Kelly Oubre will be the main 2 guys that can create their shots for this Philly starting lineup. Tobias will be able to get whatever shots he wants. Similar if one of them is out. If both of them is out, he's for sure a go. Even if one of them is out, he's a go. If you just get Maxey in or just get Embiid in, he's going to be the number 2 guy if just one of those guys are playing. So every situation bode well for him unless they completely healthy and everybody's in. But Tobias Harris right here, 7,400. Definitely got my eye on him. Definitely waiting on that 76ers news. And at the center spot, man, want to stay with Paul Reed if Embiid is out. The tricky thing about this is it's the last game of the night at 10 p.m. So we got to hope we get some early morning shoot-around news that steers us in the right direction, or we won't have this knowledge before lock more than likely. Hopefully we do, but you're going to have to wait around and be at your computer, phone, or whatever to make the adjustment. But sign me up for Paul Reed if Embiid is out. If not, we'll adjust accordingly. I'm hoping I get some midday news because I don't know if I can leave them locked in if I haven't heard anything and be stuck if Embiid does play. But we're going to keep an eye on that news. Like I said, hopefully we get some midday news that helps us steer. Hopefully they rule them out early and we know which way to go. But there you have it, man. Your starting 5 for FanDuel: Paul Reed, Tobias Harris, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, and Trae Young. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. They for sure going to be in mine, man. That's going to do it for us here today. Y'all know the motto, man. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Let's get it.